My name is Melissa Barnard. I run Flamingo's Nest Guest House here in Benoni. We're on the water's edge of the sandpan, and yeah, we're a 3-star guest house, and we have 16 rooms. We offer conferencing functions, such as baby showers. We do small weddings. And pretty much we also open up to the public for small events that we do, such as Christmas in July. That's taking place on the 22nd of July this year. I joined the ART coaching course 2014 in August, and it was a 10-month program. It was quite a small cluster, which was awesome because I worked better in smaller groups. And it was quite a challenging course that we did. Met some interesting people, great connections, had a awesome mentor, and yeah, it was just wonderful. Did mention my headaches I got, and but it was in a good way because it made me think out the box more than anything else. I grew in more ways than one. I was young when I started working at Flamingo's Nest, and it helped me just really think out the box and grow more so with my business than just allowing it to grow without me knowing what's going on. And some of the challenges that I've faced, that I managed to use the ART program to help me, was just getting my team together, and because we were working as a team in the coaching course, and it taught me to work well with my team and know what people need, and the importance of allowing people to grow within themselves as well. So yes, like anything you do, you got to put it all onto paper and then into practice. I think that's what scared me the most, was now I've got it on paper. Jacques gonna ask, so what progress have you done, or what's happening, and next step, and and I think that's also why I got a headache, because I was like, good. It's like studying or writing an exam you didn't study for, or sitting in class and you didn't do your homework, or and I was like, oh, I've really got to think. It was 2 hours worth of intense questions, pressure in a good way. It was wonderful. I think I need to do a refresher. Focus on what's important and put it into play. So instead of procrastinating and saying, oh, I should do this, I've put my head down and I said, okay, great, this is what needs to be done. I'm going to put it on paper and I'm going to sort it out and get it done. And that's what the ART cluster helped me with. And going forward, I think it's important to remind yourself of that. Because you can easily forget and you get stuck in your routine again, and chaos strikes or some sort of havoc happens or whatever, and you just need to pull yourself back into focus and go forward like that.
Hi everyone, my name is Colin Sibia. I'm from a company called Push Individuals Fashion House. Mainly we deal with, from this year we started dealing manufacturing sportswear, so we're focusing on sportswear. What motivated me to get into this program was I was interested knowing in what is a business coach and finding out more where we are as a business and where can we go as a business. Actually, the program help us to when we put something on paper, to follow it consistently, and what helped us more is that the aim smart thing that we learned at the class, aiming smart and projecting things and setting your goals and setting short and long-term goals and how can you achieve those goals. So it's planning strategically. That was the main thing that I learned, and we do it every day now. Sure, my highlight was going to the actual class and talking with other business people and finding out what they're doing, sharing ideas, and learning from experienced people what they did, finding out their stories, and knowing you are in the same boat. Some of the stories are more interesting, and you can learn more from a person. Some of the stories that the brave and the courage of people wanting to start a thing. So all that motivating each other, and learning from other, spending more time with other people, having a chance to network and learn from them, and share your problems, and and feel that there's somebody else listening to you and being in the same boat as you are. So that was the highlight, meeting the other people who want to blast with and sharing the story.
And so, just even though while it's rolling, what we do is we'll do a bit of a sweep of this. Just a little bit of a sweep of everything in here.
After the interview?
Yes. And then we'll just cut it in.
Okay,
and see how. An experienced person wouldn't even say this. So we're a couple of inexperienced people, so you shouldn't even be nervous. Am I making you nervous?
Yes.
Straight talk, eh? Okay. Right, so first of all, introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Tandeka Walaza, and I work for Push Individual Fashion House.
Project, okay.
Okay.
All right, then.
My name is Tandeka Walaza. I work for Push Individual Fashion House.
Thank you, Tandeka. So what motivated you to join the program?
The opportunity was given, and so I was interested in the opportunity that was given. So went out to check it out and find out that I would fall in love with it. The planning and the strategizing, following up, being accountable, and looking at things from different perspectives other than what you know, doing what you know all over again and again. So this was an opportunity to learn more, seeing it from a different perspective. The cluster meetings, being with the rest of the clusters, sharing ideas, brainstorming, I think that was a big deal. The brainstorming, taking your problem and giving it to everybody else so that they can use it as an example and coming out with the definite answer that you're going to apply.
Hey, my name is Mpho Abraham Matutling. I'm 31 years of age, located at Davidson area at Kuruleni, and I'm in the confectionery business sector, and the name of my company is Humanity at Work with Confectionery.
And what business challenge did you solve during the program?
It's how I should manage to run my business, and how I should handle my financial status, and how I should solve my problems. I can say I'm busy with trying to get strategies on solving the problems that I'm having in my business via getting financial aid to make my business to be stable and running. That's how I can say I'm in that process of solving those problems, of getting financial aid and a place where I can manage to work freely, not having too much stress. Meeting business guys whom I've learned and known them just for a short space of time, And again, learning again is my highlight on how the business sector works in an environment, which kind of environment if my business is going to be working. It's a lot. I can say it's a highlight for me. And again, the coaching that I got from Jack is the one that made me to go further. And he wants people to pull themselves up and go forward with their dreams, whereby they want to reach at certain stage of their lives. Yes.
My name is Corbus. The business that I've started or busy building, we're in the early stages there, although it sort of started not that long ago, is Pigeon Finance and Mentoring. I would say when I heard about Mufasa, I didn't know what they do, so I was introduced by a friend. And at that point in time, he's involved in the paradigm shift, and I was interested in doing a shift from the finance part, which was my experience and my skill level. And obviously, certain things happened in my own life, and where this was a vehicle then to get more skill experience in this field. So for me, learning is an ongoing thing until hopefully the day that I die in the evening. That morning I should have learned something. Well, something that I definitely did solve is because I was sort of in between, not sure where my focus is or where to go to. And with Jacques, I had a private session with him as well, and within that, and obviously with this business cluster, it gave me a clear indication where to go to, where my strengths are, what I have to work on, and obviously there's a lot. Unpack this word. Yeah. It refocused me. Where if I had to do it on my own, I would probably got it, but it would take me a longer time, and I knew that I had to book more sessions with him. So it really with the tools, the M Smart, which is really a powerful tool, which sort of M Smart, it pinpoints, it spearhead you to the goals or the targets. For me, it's obviously there was a few, but some of it is to interact with people, see where they are, and to see where I'm going, and to see that what I'm doing is there's a big need in the workplace or for people. Whether it's in the workplace or people doesn't really matter, and it's just nice when I'm sure it's the same for them when we interact and say certain things and comment and this and that, just to have fun. That is for me, was to have fun, to learn something, and interact with other people, and just to know that why we are here, and there's a reason and purpose. That's for me a big thing. And then obviously, as one of the other highlights, the coffee is great, guys. The biscuits, I can really say, is good.
My name is Natasha Simon. I have joined this cluster because Alan Holmes decided that I would be a good candidate to be able to go into this course, and I wasn't really sure about exactly what I was expecting. He obviously saw potential in me that I needed to develop myself before I could actually go ahead with it. As I joined this course, I knew that there's so much that I have to learn about myself, and it's also about the business world that I didn't know about. I had my own business previously, and as we journeyed through this course, I found out exactly what it was that I did wrong in my previous company, and the pitfalls that I've experienced, and also what I need to focus on. What are my weak points? What are my strong points? And I need to focus on the strong points and obviously work on the weak points, because when you work as an owner, you work as a whole. You can't just focus on certain areas that you're good at and neglect the rest. So as we journeyed, a lot of epiphanies happened, and I realized that there was a lot of factors that you tend to ignore when you work for, especially if you work for another company, for a company, you don't have your own company yet. There's a lot of focus that gets drawn away from you, and once you're involved in this process, you realize how much it actually takes from you as an owner and as a worker as well, as an employee, and that you need to work as an owner. You have to have the mentality of working as an owner. You have to invest in it. And I've sort of got astray a little bit about it, how I would invest in Sinam Sebenzi as the company, which is the company that I work for. Sinam Sebenzi is registered as a PTY company, but we focus on working as an NGO. So we're a non-profit company, but we invest in the community. We do training, and we invest in different training programs that we offer for the community specifically. One of them is work for a living. So work for a living is what I facilitate and I manage completely. And there were the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows, and when you reach the lows, you're not sure how to go to, and especially during those points, I was in one of these cluster moments, and I realized, but okay, the low moments are expected, and it's not an abnormality, and I'm okay. So I needed to focus on getting up and focusing on the highs again. So that was actually a nice challenge for me, because I love challenges and I love learning every day. So if there's a day that I feel that has gone past that I have not learned anything, I feel that it was a fruitless day. So as I've journeyed, I realized that I have so much more potential than just doing what I'm doing. I want to take it to new levels and new heights, and there's so much more potential that you can get from what we're doing, and you can harvest it. So just thinking outside the box, with especially what we've learned in the clusters, and unpacking all of those things, and not using suitcase words. Those are all things that I keep on using in my life, and I think, okay, I need to unpack this so I can actually understand where I'm going. I need to have a focus, I need to have a goal. And once I put those things in perspective for myself, I realize, okay, this is where I'm going to go, and I can actually generate some money on the sideline for myself as well, knowing that I'm gaining confidence and I know what my strengths are. So on the sideline, I eventually started my own company, and I went back to basics. I went back right to the beginning, and I applied all the principles that I've applied from the first cluster, from the first class, onto what I want to start now. And I'm very proud to say that it's registered. I have sent my first invoice. I've received the payment.
Hi, my name is Madeline Krieff, and I'm from LedgerWorks. I'm an accountant, and my firm is an accounting and tax consulting practice. To tackle things that I don't like and that I put off. I put it aside and kind of forget about it and hope it disappears, but it doesn't, and it's painful. And I learned how to deal with it and just do it and get it over and done with, and then the relief and the sense of achievement because you've actually done it, that actually meant a lot to me. I would say the highlight is, though it's an existing business, I realized that I'm not just there to do books. I'm there to actually do more than tax returns, and especially with my staff. I teach them from a box of slips right through to financial statements, to do it confidently and to know what they're doing. And even if they have to leave me and go somewhere else, and what I've imparted in their lives, that's actually more valuable to me than just simply doing books and doing taxes. And that to me is the highlight, because I never realized that that's actually the main, what makes me tick, if you can call it that. That to me was very, very important, discovery, if you could say that.
My name is Azan, representing Bright Sport Services. It's a cleaning business that I started sometime in 2011. when I started Bright Sport, I actually started it without any knowledge of running the business. So what I'll say is that what motivated me to join the program is to get the know-how of running a business. Because when you get into running a business, there are certain things that you have to be aware of. But in my case, I got into business only because I had a passion of running a business, but not having done a business plan as such. So I had to go on Google, find out what do you do when you want to run a business. So I didn't have like a knowledge. So that's why I prefer to join the cluster.
Thank you, Marco. So as the program was running, what business challenge did you solve during the program?
Well, I would say there's a number of things that I solved during the program. Firstly, when you run when you do a business, one thing that I realized running a business, I was doing it on my own. Everything was on my shoulders, and that is actually very difficult. So in a way, the business was neglected because I was doing everything on my own. So that's one thing that I realized that, okay, if I'm doing everything on my own, I cannot manage. Because during the cluster, I learned that, okay, there has to be someone maybe who is doing marketing for you. You have to have someone who does the books for you. But if you're doing everything, you're doing the books, you're doing the marketing, you're doing the buying, you don't have time to concentrate on growing the business on your own. So I'll say that's one of the things that I realized helped the business in a way.
Hi, my name is Desmond Trampo. I'm from Daveyton, Benoni. I'm staying in Daveyton. I'm a family of 4. I'm the only person who's older. I stay with my sister and my brother. I started business long time ago. It was something that was a roller coaster. I was just doing one thing every day. Every day you do the same thing every day. I didn't create a market for my business. I was just thinking only for my side. Of like, I'm making money now, it's okay. I'm doing okay now, it's fine. But I didn't create an investment business where I can sell it in 10 years, 15 years. When I started joining Mufasa, it was challenging because I've always committed myself into always keep on working. So first time I came late, I remember I called Ellen. I came late, it was half past 1, and we were meeting at 12. And I came late, but I came in and everybody was on the table and I was just, what's happening here? Everybody like, is this interview here or what? And when I just saw Jack, like I felt inspired that there's more I can offer into this business. I need to engage myself into the business and know my market and know how big is my business and my competitions. I didn't even know about competitions, but there's so many people are doing the business. So now I know how many people are doing the business and who are my challenges, and then who's doing better than me, where can I work on, and with the strategy of achieving the goal that we want to set up. We had a small workshop that we are busy with now in Atlas, Main Reef, Corner Atlas and Main Reef, where we're renting a storage where we put our all goods, auto body parts. We distribute new parts for the cars and the old ones. We distribute to companies like Automagic, AAI, Green Bumper. It was not easy to go to the companies and tell them about your business because they don't know you. First time I need to research about their business and then know what are they doing, what do they want. Make friends and know people around you. And it's when I started engaging with those companies. And then in the percentage on that business is big, I'm still growing. But Jackie said sometimes you need to take 1.2% on the big business that you have. So at least I'm there with 1.2% on that business. They need me, I need them. So sometimes they'll end up calling me and say, how are you doing? Are you fine? Do you have a ride for Hyundai H100? You know, I feel important into their business because I'm a part of their business. With the AAI in Isando, it was challenging at first, not knowing what do they want. And sometimes you go there, you make money, you don't know what you did with the money, you don't have invoice, you don't have everything. And I started registering the business, which I registered February. The name is Desmond Auto Body Parts. That's what we are doing. And the size of our market is big, is huge. And the competition on it, because of the experience that I've got, I can manage to sit with the CEOs and tell them the strategy. How do I want this business to grow? They're helping me, I'm helping them. In the industry now, I can say 87% I know. Yeah, and Mufasa taught me to be disciplined, meaning personal life and the business. You need to have time for yourself and the business. And always focus on what you have and keep on pushing on that thing. And there's a way to move your stuff from here to there to point B. That's the way I grew up in Mufasa cluster thing that I was doing, which is good. And I'm a role model into other people's life. I'm not big, but I can make a difference into someone's business and maybe sharing the information that I've learned here. How do I have my mission and my vision? What do I want to achieve in 4 or 5 months, or maybe 3 months? If something didn't work out sometimes in business, I don't blame people for what I've done. I take a step and say, this is what I've done. So tomorrow, how can I improve? This is something that I always keep on pushing myself. But the focus is there, which is not easy. You need to always be motivated, reaching people's mind, and always engage in what you are doing every time. And have a quality time with yourself. Always have your own time where you can relax in your own mind, and then always know that there's something you feel that people, they can't feel it. So the only thing that you need to blow it away. People have beautiful ideas outside there, but the only thing they can't put it there in the market, because it's that they win it in their brain. When you put it there, it's something else. Now it's living there. That's the way I have grown in the stuff. With the people around, Jack and everybody around us, it was very nice. And everybody was open, and I feel like I was at home. Because sometimes I had issues in business that I didn't want to discuss about. So sometimes it opened up and said, oh, this is what I've done, this is what I'm doing. And then you grow, and you grow with the thing.
Jack, it was a very good experience. I was, as you know, that I'm in the property business, and I want to move the property into a next level. And I needed some system, that can give me guidance in how to move my business to the next level. And I wanted something more in a formal way. And I found that the coaching gave me that because it addressed all the issues like the finances, the marketing. And the program really challenged me, to think out of the box. And I realized that I was a bit too complacent, which came out in the program. And it sort of took me out of my comfort zone. And then I realized that I need to do more work to get to the next level. And what I definitely realized is that I needed a formal financial system, because you know what we are like. You get your money in and you spend it, and you sort of know that at the end of the month you've got so much left, and then you just use it to pay your stuff, and the rest goes to your pocket type of thing. But I wanted a more formal way of doing it, and so I've started now to do all my business on passive accounting, which gives me a more structured approach on a monthly basis. So I know exactly what my cash flow looks like, and I know that should I have enough money, then I can invest in more properties. So that I've started now. I've hired an accountant for 3 days a month. And yes, and my daughter, she was also on the program, and she's also using the accountant because she's branched into construction. And we've realized that between the two businesses with the VAT and all that, we had to get that going. So that was a challenge I really found in the program, and then I realized that that's something I have to start addressing to just become a more formalized business and more professional. I think the highlight for me in the program was the interaction with the different people in the course, and it's always good to hear their experiences. We are quick to say, I don't really need a coaching program, but what I think, why everybody should do coaching is that interaction where you learn from other people in your sessions, and everybody has got unique problems in their business or challenges, and so the group work was very good for me. I liked it, and I learned a lot about, for instance, Tandeka and them doing their clothing business. There you learned on the challenges they have, and the guy that does the trucking business. So that's why I would recommend everybody that come to coaching and share your experience, and you also learn from the others in the group, and then you walk out a more rounded person.